Spor, thanks very much for talking to us.
Not a problem.
Did you enjoy yourself tonight? What do you think of Newcastle?
Oh, it was terrible. Everything was... No, it was fantastic, man. It's a really pretty city. I was surprised... Sounds a bit bad, doesn't it? I was surprised. I didn't know anything about the city. I've got friends from Newcastle. I've never been up here. Yeah, it's nice. I'd like to come back. It was like the bridges and that. It's picturesque. The scene was cool. Like, people were enthusiastic and that.
Yes, you found the crowd okay?
Yeah, great, man. I saw some familiar faces too, so it's good to have like people that are following the scene properly and like.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was great. Sound system was good as well.
How do you think it compares to somewhere like London, for example?
Well, London's a tricky place, man. The scene is, you know, it's more jump up orientated,
sure,
like on a grand scale. But you know, they've still got the hardware night down there and stuff, which I do and that. I don't know. Sometimes I like, you know, the smaller venues, the more remote places. You just get the more like kind of that intimate vibe and that, which is always definitely cool. And also, I kind of enjoy the lottery of it. You don't know what you're going to get, and no, it's always positive when you come out, and it's a good night.
Excellent. You've played all over the place now. Have you got any particular favourite places that stand out?
Well, this year I did New Year's Eve in Perth, Australia, which was I did with like Noisia, Galaxy TV, Logistics, TC. It was like 4,000 people in this massive like outdoor arena. Weather was beautiful. Just couldn't ask for better, you know. Like, and then since then, like for SS, done World of Drum and Bass in Moscow and St. Petersburg, which was 4,000 or 5,000 kids. And just unbelievable, man. Like the scale of it is just not something I imagined I'd be doing when I got into drum and bass, you know. So that's, I don't know, it's been fantastic. I couldn't ask for more, that sort of thing, you know. Just stand up there and just see this sea of ravers.
Incredible.
That's this year, but yes. I like going to America too. I mean, it's kind
What's it like over there compared to England?
Well, it's just all these. It's such a big country, man. And it wasn't until I started going over there. I've been there like 6 tours now, and you see, it's just like these like remote pockets of the scene, you know, and they kind of interact. People come together for Miami, like the Winter Music Conference and that, but it's just very like dedicated remote pockets of the scene and that. So it's cool. It's again, it's a bit of a lottery. I've played some like big things there and some very, very small things there. Right. So, but it's great, and I love the country on the whole. I mean, politically, it's another issue, but the people are great, and it's, you know, enjoyable, man. Got a lot of friends over there, Evil Intent, and all their crew, E1. So it's always good. We always have a laugh.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot. Kind of topical. You've recently remixed "Nude" by Radiohead. What was it that made you want to remix that track? Are you a fan of Radiohead's
Absolutely,
sort of
man.
sound?
Yeah, I went to see him. Well, actually, was it last week? Went to see him twice last week.
Yeah.
They did 2 days in London, Victoria Park. We went to both. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's for me. It's like, I love remixing anyway. It's always a fun thing for me, just to, you know, do a spin on someone else's ideas. I always find it inspiring, and I've been a fan of Radiohead since I was like in little school, you know, and I've been to see him like 4 times now. Every opportunity I get, really. So yeah, it was just, you know, I saw the opportunity and we went for it. It came out all right. It got me some good publicity off it and stuff. So
excellent. I personally enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you.
You've created your own very distinctive sound. I think it's fair to say people recognise the Spor track when they hear it now. Can you tell us a little bit about your production process?
Well, can you narrow that down?
Yeah, sure thing. When you're writing a tune, where do you start?
All right. Well, I'd say compared to other music genres, like drum and bass is always about the first drop, you know, especially like the more aggressive sound. So you tend to work from there outwards, I suppose, on a general level. But at the same time, I'd say for me it's more of a case of, you know, I got like little like mobile field recorder and stuff. Right. Just go around recording whatever I can, take it out and travelling with me and stuff. Get sounds together, start making little percussion loops, whatever I can. So I think it's a combination of having a good idea for a drop and a nice, like a good riff. Yeah. You know, kind of like a rock tune, and then also having some original samples. That's something that's gonna catch people's ear. Yeah. And then I think the thing I enjoy most about drum and bass is the mixdown process, and just seeing what I can do in terms of how it kind of hits people.
Speaking of the mix down, that's kind of one of the reasons your tunes stand out in my opinion. They always sound really fat and really well mixed. Have you got any particular sort of secrets in terms of compression and what people should be doing?
Well, I suppose checking that your room needs to sound good, and you need nice monitors.
Yeah.
But you can do it without, but that's ideal. Secondly, good referencing, like pick a tune you like.
Yeah.
Give yourself nice, like decent breaks. Like don't go for more than an hour. Like, you'll think that anything sounds good after that point.
Yeah.
And apart from that, I don't know, moderation. I think a lot of people hear tracks that sound really aggressive, and so they tend to think that they need to crank everything beyond belief.
Yeah.
That's not always the case.
Right.
Sometimes the very soft techniques can provide like aggressive outcomes depending on how it's applied. So.
Right.
It's not always about just cranking it. Sometimes you end up with just mad transients and snapping too much, and you end up with something that's going to be too harsh in your ears. So a certain amount is bringing it back as much as you can.
Right. Okay, thanks very much. Can you tell us a little bit about lifted music?
I can tell you a lot about lifted music. Self-promotion. Well, it's basically, we were all on Renegade hardware.
Right.
You know, Chris was running it for Clayton at the time. We had Evil Intent in America, E1, Apex now, who at the time was under Nero. We were just all good friends, and we'd been touring together and such. It just got to the point where we thought we could do something on our own and kind of branch off, because we had a specific kind of vision about what we wanted to do. We were actually in Miami, I mentioned it earlier. We were all in a hotel room drinking, and the concept, we kind of started really talking about it seriously, and the name came up and the kind of overall collective vision. And then since then, we just started pushing it as hard as we could. And it really kicked off. Everyone was enthusiastic, and it just, if anything, it's brought us all closer together, because it's given us the opportunity to tour more together, write tunes together. I mean, it was only a couple of weeks ago, I played one of the things tonight, but when Evil Intent and E1 do like European tours, like Stay With Me, and then vice versa. Yeah. So it gives us a chance to work in the studio together, and get some new tracks down. Yeah. Which hopefully you'll see this year.
Excellent.
Because our release schedule is sometimes slow, but it's just quality control. The other thing is that we got kind of tired of labels churning things out, and that's not what we wanted to focus on. So.
Excellent. In terms of what you're playing, are there any particular artists, tunes that you're feeling at the moment?
Well, obviously, like our crew, obviously, at the start, Apex and all that. Noisy every time. It's always beautifully done. Calix and TB as well, I'm doing a remix for them at the moment. Upbeats, always do nice stuff. I like their enthusiasm as well. I don't know if you've met them, but they're always just wired, and it's always nice to meet people who really believe in what they're doing and are really open about it. I'm touring with them in New Zealand in a couple of weeks as well, so this will be fun. Might get a tune done or something. But yeah, like that's probably the core crew. I mean, outside of that, I like all styles, man. Like anyone that's kind of got their own vision and is pushing it would be like.
I mean, you're known for the harder sound. You listen to the whole spectrum.
Of course, man. Yeah, I mean, I end up getting booked at nights where there's all kinds of stuff playing, especially the bigger things. I played with TC a few times this year, and just he's got a very focused vision on what he's doing, and that. I mean, it's a very different sound to me. It's a different taste, but he pulls it off, man, and like his label's solid in that. So, I've also seen recently High Contrast. Yeah. It's another just like really refined artist working hard. Yeah. So I do my best to listen to as much as I can.
Excellent.